anyone can be over dramatic, it's this girl. I love over dramatic, and I don't understand why there are so many haters out there who are like, she's overselling it, or she's like, no, this is literally me. This is who I am. I'm over dramatic in everything I do in life. I have been doing this for 10 years, you guys. Like, nobody can pretend for 10 years, okay? So let's go and check out WWE moments, the most over dramatic WWE moments.
Catching the boot. Cobra strike.
This is so fun.
Like the video, subscribe.
Okay, before we actually start with the video, like really start with the video, if there is, listen, over dramatic can be, if executed very well, can be really theatrical and very entertaining. And the person that I'm talking about is Paul Heyman. The guy is like over dramatic with everything he does, and still we love him and we enjoy his performance because he does it so well.
Subscribe to the channel and turn on those notifications, and once you're done, leave a comment down below and I just might end up responding.
I love
Professional wrestling encounters a lot of hiccups on the long road to feeling like it's a legitimate competition between bad booking decisions, in-ring botches, and the likes. You almost forget that at the end of the day, these guys are
that head went
actors.
flying.
Sure, wrestlers
They
are wrestlers,
actors,
but in a
true.
way, they're also
Performers,
100% acting in the ring, so you need to possess a lot of skill to handle
True.
a lot of these situations. These guys were acting at around 270%. I'm D Wicket, and these are the 10 most overdramatic and oversold WWE moments of all time. Number 10, Shawn Michaels lands on his head. That is a pretty fair starting point for such a list.
Yeah,
during an old school
possible.
match against Sid, Michaels
Like
was doing
physics,
his
I
thing,
mean.
going for his big, innovative offensive maneuvers. Remember back when a double axe handle was an offensively innovative maneuver off the second rope? Sorry. Anyways, Sid gets his leg up at the last moment, does the big boot from the ground, and just the definition of an oversell takes place as Michaels flops around and manages to land himself directly on
But come on, are you gonna try to tell me that this did not look fun?
top of his head.
Fun to
for
watch?
just a split second, just a moment. It was smooth as shit. Like, it doesn't make sense how he just kind of bounces and then slowly
look.
leans backwards and then
How
suddenly
is he so
becomes a dreidel. But
strong?
that's what happened, and it was awesome.
Whee!
Number 9, Mr. Perfect's punches, or more so, Jake Roberts' punches on Mr. Perfect. Now, some moves have never made sense doing so much damage to their opponent in the context of professional wrestling. For example,
So true. Because, like, there are some moves that genuinely look so easy, but then they oversell it as if it is like the finisher or whatever. I'm like, I like deal with it, but it really bugs me because I know if in reality you would get hit like that, you would not get that much damage.
regular punch to the head barely does anything, which, as we've learned over the years now, is how WWE portrays punches to the head. Then a wrestler running to the rope only to bounce back and then still swing their arm back and then back forward for a punch, that's like a complete waste of time, right? Like, you took away all the momentum from running back to the ropes as soon as you cocked your wrist back. So the bounce is pointless, right? I mean, that's just my logic. I'm no damn scientist. I'm just a wrestling critic, and momentum lost or not, the way Perfect handles the sell is dramatic as fuck. He didn't even spin the right way.
I spun the other way, physically. Like, come on! If somebody hits your left cheek, is this the left one? Wait, yeah, the left cheek. Physically, you would go right. You would not go left. Like, what is going on? Oh my god.
Number 8, Ziggler's side effect. Many people have compared Seth Rollins to the second coming of Mr. Shawn Michaels, but years before that comparison was being made, Dolph Ziggler was getting the exact same kind of compliment. After years of no one coming even close, Zigzag was the first man to really bring in that workhorse, overselling, dramatic wrestling style that made Shawn
they let
Michaels
him go.
the
They let him go,
showstopper,
guys.
Which, ironically enough, puts Dolph Ziggler being the show off in an even brighter light. If there's ever been proof that they're similar, it'd be that time Ziggler recreated the iconic Shawn Michaels landing on my head spot from our number 10 entry and somehow made it even smoother in a match against Matt Hardy.
I think Shawn's was better.
Oh, and a side effect by Matt Hardy.
Because with Ziggler, he used his hands a bit to like push himself, and his head was turned, so kind of the impact went on his shoulder and his head and his neck. However, with Shawn, it was straight on the head. So a lot of power went through his throat. How? I don't know, but like the guy had genuinely like really strong muscles around his throat and chest to be able to like do it like that.
Number 7, Ziggler's monkey flip. Okay,
Another
Dolph
Ziggler
Ziggler
one.
is really good in the ring, you guys. In fact, why bother stopping it just landing on your head? Why not go
Somebody's
twice
a
the distance by
fan.
flying over your head and landing on top of your stomach? Because when Dolph Ziggler is selling a Kofi Kingston monkey flip, he makes sure he gets a full fucking flip in there before landing.
Yup.
And goddamn is it impressive to watch.
It is,
Dolph
it is
Ziggler,
really fun.
thank you for guiding us through the dark eras of the WWE.
I mean, not conserving a whole lot of energy right here. Could be totally wasted. Oh, wow! My goodness.
Plenty of wrestlers have iconic spots that they do. Ric Flair could have made this list just from flopping around, and another wrestler later on this list has their own specific spot that they oversell, but none look as pure as Randy Orton selling a sweet chin music. Is it over dramatic? Absolutely, but goddamn, if over dramatic has ever been a good thing, it's right now. Like a great movie that's admittedly a bit overrated, say Star Wars. Come the fuck at me, comment section. I'd say Randy's
Coming at you. I mean, are we talking about old Star Wars or new Star Wars? Don't at Hey, at least it didn't come at Marvel or DC. So all
selling a sweet chin music is like a trailer to a cinematography masterpiece is more than acceptable. And he somehow does it just about every goddamn time.
Both feet. Match continues.
Number
I don't think
5,
that's
Savage
that bad.
goes for the pin.
Have you seen
Randy
today's
Savage lost the 1993
matches?
Royal Rumble in just about the stupidest of ways possible. After putting in a great showing and getting a sizable comeback over the much bigger and more threatening Yokozuna, Randy made his way to the top rope and went for the big macho elbow. He landed it, and normally that'd be enough to end anyone off in a one-on-one matchup, so it's kind of understandable to have this stored in your subconscious mind. Clearly, Savage let his instincts get the better of him and went for the cover. He went for the cover in a Royal Rumble match. It is ridiculous. And while I do love it,
Oh my
emphasis
God.
on it's ridiculous.
Why did he do that?
Pinfalls don't count.
Did he forget?
They threw him out from the floor.
Number 4, Triple H's epic oversell. Perhaps the single most iconic selling moment in the history of professional wrestling. I can't help myself but ensure that this is making the list. Especially because in a mockery of his best friend Shawn Michaels overselling on top of his head almost a decade earlier, Trips went off the ropes in the same move that flopped HBK so much.
Seriously, brother?
A boot to the face. But he put his own spin on this oversell. For Triple H's rendition, instead of
still
landing on
waiting.
his head for 2 seconds, he stayed on his feet without moving for almost 90. Top off the insanity with a flare drop,
How
and
many-
you got yourself
how
a
many
moment
seconds?
for the
90?
history books.
Two
90?
hours later.
He's still at it?
Number 3, JTG.
And I genuinely thought Ric Flair oversells it. Genuinely. Like, what was that?
Number 3, JTG struck by Venom. Former Crime Time member JTG did quite literally one thing worth noting after his tenure as a tag team wrestler with the WWE, and it was this. During a match with Santino Marella, JTG really went out of his way to ensure that everyone knew just how deadly Santino's Cobra was. In perhaps the greatest end to any comedy match WWE has given us thus far, JTG kept hiding from the Cobra, flinched every time he popped up before finally being quote-unquote bit by Santino's hand and basically having a miniature seizure from the contact. Look how he shrivels up and just drops to the ground. What the fuck, JTG? Why is this your only good memory?
Trying to battle back. Catching the boot. Cobra strike. Oh, the Venom.
Oh, the Venom.
Number 2, the stunned rock.
Oh, like,
Dwayne
how a grown-ass man comment and say, oh, the Venom. Like, come on. Couldn't we, like, make it sound like he knows the exact points that can get you into specifics? Because, you know, there are points in the body where there are people who are professionals who can, like, hit you at a certain or touch you at a certain place, and then it disturbs your whole system. And I don't know, maybe we could have put it on that, not the actual Venom. Like, come on.
Johnson is a former football player, semi-retired pro wrestler, and actor with many skills, many talents, and even more accolades. But first and foremost, he is a stone cold seller. Rocky doesn't just sell stone cold stunners, he gets shot in the goddamn face by him. If you thought Randy selling Sweet Chin Music was obnoxious, you're gonna lose your shit watching The Rock literally flop backwards every time Austin lands a finisher on the Great.
That's like literally number one. Definitely. Look at that. Like a fish with no water, out of water. Look, look, look.
My God, a stunner! Oh, God, there's Austin. I know what side he's on. It's Stone Cold. Austin in the rock. Austin with a stunner on the bar.
Oh my God, I want Austin back.
Shawn Michaels versus Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan is finally back in the WWE, so let's celebrate his legacy with the greatest thing he's ever been a part of. And no, it's not because of him.
The video is 5 years ago.
Back in 2005, a trio of dream matches were pitched, pitting Mr. WrestleMania versus Mr. WrestleMania, essentially. Hogan versus Michaels. They'd go back and forth with the Hulkster winning the set 2-1, but Hogan canceled last minute on matches 2 and 3 just hours before the initial SummerSlam matchup went underway. Knowing this, and the fact that he wouldn't be getting his win back, Michaels lost his shit during the match and decided to essentially throw it out the window. You have not seen dramatic selling until you've seen a pissed off Shawn Michaels.
Michaels set for the ride. No! Not the big boom.
And those are the 10 most overdramatic and oversold WWE moments of all time. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments down below.
Really
Be sure to
entertaining,
subscribe
really
for
good.
more
Thanks
of
so
that
much for
classic
sharing.
Watch WWE content.
Ever put your hand on another man's way? Austin warned him.
Bam! Oh yeah, actually it's really, really fun. I love the oversell. Even if it looks cringe or goofy sometimes, like it's still very entertaining, you know? Especially when I see grown-ass men being so goofy. Like, it makes me realize that we should not take life so seriously. The Stone Cold Stunner effect with The Rock was so iconic it was literally added to the games. Legends say Triple H was still standing. See, like, this is, like, it makes you laugh. It is so fun. The biggest seller is Jim Ross's voice. Wow, soccer players are so dramatic. Triple H, hold my beer. Oh, Neymar would fit so perfectly here. But that is it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. Make sure to check out my Patreon if you want more WWE content. Stuff that you don't find on YouTube. Things that are exclusive for WWE Networks, Peacocks, Hulu, or also documentaries that you have to pay for on YouTube or we're not. I do react to stuff like that and I post it on Patreon as a way to say thank you as well for all the support and the help, and yeah, just to share my love for WWE even more. But that is it. Have a wonderful day and see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Bye.